All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Golf Balling YouTube channel. LIV Golf Invitational, aka the Saudi Golf League. It's been officially announced. Now, we don't have any word on who's participating quite yet, but we do know there's going to be 8 events in 2022 for a grand total of $25 million per event. That's the prize money per event. So Greg Norman, they put up $400 million to get this going, and they put $250 million in prize money for just, once again, 8 events. It's pretty crazy. Considering about a month ago, you had Jay Monahan, the PGA Tour commissioner, come out and say at the Honda Classic on, I think it was like Tuesday, he comes out, has a meeting for all the players, and is like, anybody who wants to get out of here, get up right now and walk out. You can go take your money, get out of here. Didn't say those exact words, take your money and get out of here. But he did say, get out of here. Get out of here if you don't want to be a part of this tour anymore, if you want to go join somebody else. So PGA Tour has this thing set in place where you need like basically 4 different approvals before you can go do something non-tour related. Jay Monahan, PGA Tour, they are willing to give lifetime bans to anybody who joins the Saudi Golf League, or I guess I have to call it now the LIV Golf Invitational. So basically, here's what it is. It's a 54-hole event with no cuts, not a single cut. Shotgun start. Purses will pay $20 million for the individual portion, $5 million for the team portion, and a season-ending event that will have a $30 million purse. I'll give you guys the schedule here in just a second here, but once again, it's still determined. No one has come out and said they're participating in this. In fact, at the Genesis, you had a bunch of players like Rory McIlroy. Just a ton of players came out and said, like, pretty much all the top 10 dudes were like, I don't do this for the money, right? Like, we don't play golf, or I'm going to say but, pretend I'm like Rory or something. I don't play golf for the money, so why would I go join the Saudi Golf League? Like, why would I go join a different league that's pretty much only talking about money? Like, that's not the draw to the game of golf for me. That's not why I compete. So it seemed as if at the Genesis, which was about a month away from the Players, which we just had, where the Players, the Saudi Golf League at the time, they were saying they had like 20 people that they were going to announce who's a part of this golf tour. And at the Genesis, you have all of these top golfers say, this is like stupid. I haven't even been approached. Even if I was, I wouldn't join. I wouldn't even think about it. I don't compete for the money. Basically, all the good golfers were like, I don't compete for the money. But then you have to start thinking about players like who are getting older in their careers. Phil Mickelson, like people who have already achieved a certain amount of success on the tour or on the European tour. Luke Donald, Lee Westwood. I would imagine there's going to be a couple Europeans who are around that Ian Poulter, Luke Donald, Lee Westwood type of age where they're like, yeah, why would I not set up my family, myself, my family, and just future generations playing in these $25 million purses every single, or I guess 8 times a year, so every couple of weeks. So Greg Norman, commissioner, we all know Greg Norman, he's commissioner of the LIV Golf Invitational, which I'm still not sold on that name. Why is it named the Invitational if it's not like one event, which is, I don't get it. He said letters went to more than 250 players around the world on Tuesday, inviting them to play in tournaments, but not requiring them to compete in all of them. So once again, he's coming out and he's saying, like, is everyone going to join right away? No, absolutely not. Step by step, little by little. We'll see who's a part of this. Because here is who we have right here. The schedule is based, they have 4 U.S. events, right? So we have 4. Oh, man, it starts on June 9th. So that is what? April, May, June. This starts in less than 3 months in London on June 9th. So we'll know, is Phil going? Is Bryson going? Is Lee Westwood? Is why can't I think of his name? Jason Kokrak going? Like, is Charlie Hoffman going? Is Ian Poulter? That's when we'll kind of have a better idea. But as Greg Norman is alluding to, not everyone's going to like jump on board with this right away. Now, personally, here's my thoughts on this. I don't want the tour to go away. I don't really want the tour to lose some steam, but I do think it's kind of a cool idea, just a cool concept where it's making the tour a lot more innovative. they've already introduced team events in the future, and on the PGA Tour, that's just something that like I've never even really heard of. I mean, they're just starting to get a little bit more creative due to this Saudi Golf League or the LIV Golf Invitational. So it's kind of good from that standpoint. I guess it's more free golf. Hopefully it's free golf. More golf. You know, it's more golf. I feel like golf's been begging. The tour has been practically begging somebody to take them down and be like, you know, whether or not you agree with Phil's comments, like the tour owns these guys so much. And so if you just give them a little leeway, if you have like golf rival tours have come into play before. This isn't the first golf rival tour. I don't think this one's particularly going to last that long. This is a lot of money, and I don't think that they're really going to have the draw that they're kind of thinking they will. Like, yeah, it'd be cool, you know, these golfers are playing for 25 mil, but like me as a spectator, I'm not watching golf because I'm thinking like, yeah, let's, like, I hope Lee Westwood wins, you know, $15 million this week. I'm not thinking that whatsoever. I'm thinking, yeah, I want Lee Westwood to win this major because that would be freaking dope to get Lee Westwood a major. Like, that would be awesome for his legacy. He deserves it. Like, you know, that type of thing. Not like, oh yeah, $15 million in his pocket and a SGL win. Like, yeah, that's dope. So you have June 9th through the 11th, you have the Centurion Golf Club in London. Keep in mind, these are only 54 holes. No cut. And then July, you have Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club in Portland, which is actually like super dope. I like the courses they're playing at. I don't think it's anything too crazy, but Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey, that's late July. September, early September, you have the International in Boston. Mid-September, hometown Chicago, you got Rich Harvest Farms. October 7th, Stonehill Golf Club in Bangkok, which is pretty cool. Mid-October, you have Royal Greens Golf Club in Jeddah, and then you have the team championship in the end of October. So you have June, July, August, September, October. This is about 5 months here, and it seems almost as if they're going to be directly competing with not only the PGA Tour, but they're also going to be directly competing with the NFL when the NFL gets started. So that's something to think about as well as far as like ratings go. But I would imagine in their first year, like, it depends. A lot of this depends on who gets announced, like who is actually going to this golf league. But I'll tell you this: if it's just like a bunch of like old players that no one really cares about too much, like I would say this doesn't last that long. You know, maybe it lasts the whole year. They'll probably get through the whole season, but might have to scrap it after that, just based off ratings, based off draw. Like, are people even interested in this? Especially if they have like some cool names. Like if they actually have Phil Mickelson and still no one gives a shit, it's like maybe time to pull the plug on this. But once again, I think overall, long term, like this is such a crazy thing to me. I've never ever seen something like this in my life, where you have just like a conflicting tour or a rival tour in one sporting. Like I've just never really seen this happen. We don't know the rosters. I'll keep you guys updated. So once again, hit the like button, hit that sub button. All of our links are going to be down below as well. But I'm like, I don't want to use the word I'm excited, but I'm definitely not like, oh, this is stupid. You know, I'm a little intrigued, but I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. I'm intrigued to see how the tour reacts. I'm intrigued to see who goes and if the tour is going to have the implications that you can't come back. Now, granted, these guys should be able to play in all four majors. So keep that in mind. You cannot be a part of the tour anymore, according to Jay Monahan, but you can play in the majors. You can play in all four majors. So that's it for today. Drop some comments down below on the LIV Golf Invitational, and I'll see you guys later.